It's an unusually warm morning here in the mountains of southern Appalachia. It feels like spring of the year this morning. We've had a little warm spell, and then this is going to go away, and we're going to have some more cold weather, which is more appropriate for this time of the year. Matt and I are out today to do just a few things. It's really wet and damp. We've had a lot of rain, and there's supposed to be more rain come after dinner today. So not the best time to work outside, but I was given an early Christmas present. Actually, most of the time when you order plants, if you think about ordering them from, one of the companies online or somewhere in your area or something, if there's a place like that in your area where you could order them, they hold them until spring of the year and then they mail them to you. Or either if you mail them, if you get it in the summer or towards the fall of the year, they might mail them then. Excuse me. So for some reason there was some kind of mix-up, and someone gifted me some blueberry bushes, and they went ahead and mailed them. The company did, and I have to just go ahead and plant them, even though this is not maybe the best time to plant them. They are in pots, little pots. I could keep them inside, but I don't really have anywhere to keep them because we're here on the north side of the mountain. Don't even get enough sunshine in any of my windows to support house plants, much less something like a blueberry bush. So the only thing I can do is just go ahead and plant them and hope for the best. And I think they'll be okay though. Blueberry bushes are pretty tough, and most plants are, whether it's plants or seeds or whatever. I say they really have in them the desire to grow. That's what they're made for. So I'm pretty sure they'll be okay. I think we're going to put them, I don't remember if there's 4 or 6 of them, but I think we're going to put them, continue how we've got a few started on our steps that go down from this level into the other level of the yard, and I think we're just going to put them right through there, and we will put some mulch around them, try to help them stay warm. I know this rain though will really be good for them, especially what we get after dinner, really kind of help them settle in, and the ground's real moist right now, so I hope that'll give them a good chance and they'll make it. Turned out there was 6 of them, so we've put some of them around the steps. Only one we put down by another blueberry bush that we already had, and Matt's just going to start planting them. Went and got some mulch to put on top of them, and maybe put a little bit in the hole too. It's mulch we've had for over a year, so it's pretty decomposed. Get to hear how rocky our ground is here, and see how red clay it is. Blueberries normally do really good for us though. And I did notice some of these, most of them have a little tag on them that says dormant, so I think they'll be just fine after I saw that when I look closer. Now, probably 2 of them have leaves on them though, so they don't have that dormant little tag, but the others I think will be okay, and I even think those will be okay too though. Hope springs eternal with me, doesn't it, Matt?
Yeah.
Come down to get me some gloves so I could help Matt, and I wanted to take a peek at our things that we have growing. We've eaten some of the lettuce. You can see it's still doing pretty good, even though we've had some bitter cold days. This is the miner's lettuce that's still just growing real slow, but it's doing okay. This was the salad corn salad. It's kind of looking, you can tell it's been kind of bit by that cold weather, so I'm not sure what it'll do, but I'm just gonna keep letting it grow. This was the collard greens. There wasn't very much of them. Some of them look like they sure didn't like that frost. Maybe they'll come back out. I'm just gonna leave them like they are. And then this one is our kale. I don't know what that reddish look, maybe off the leaves, almost looks like Kool-Aid or something. Anyway, it's still coming right along. It'll just kind of grow slow like this. I'll keep letting it grow all winter. It'll grow slowly depending on how cold it is, and then next spring it will really just flush out. So that will be nice to have. It's not mushroom compost, is it?
That's all we got. We got the compost.
The paper. It's like old times, sitting on the tailgate.
Yeah, sort of.
It is. This is like back in the courting days.
Little did I know.
Were you just going to end up?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have done it differently?
No.
You just still sat on the tailgate with me then, knowing you was going to sit on it with me years later? What, 34 years later?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Mm-hmm. Long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got the blueberries planted, and that's good. And I think they'll live. I think they'll be okay. We can always think of them if they do and do good as our Christmas blueberries.
Yeah.
And the names of them were Blue Crop, Jersey, and Early Blue. Early Blue Blueberry, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not familiar with them, but I'm sure they'll be great. So, that's good.
Yeah. There'll be some more places for the blue jays to pick.
Yeah. The things we did last year to deter them helped, though. We ate a lot of blueberries last year.
Yeah. Yeah, things. They all made pretty good except these oldest ones.
Except those oldest ones up here, they didn't hardly have any on them, but the ones back here in the back did. They did good.
Them oldest ones are 20-something years old, ain't they?
They are. Need to probably, there's new ones that shoot up from the ground around them. Probably need to cut all those, cull those, and let those new ones come up. Probably. This weather's strange.
It's weird.
But that is typical, though, for our area, is that you have the really cold, then you'll have a few warm days, then you'll have the cold again. But this is, I think am I wrong? Tell me if I am, but was it warmer when we got up this morning than it was when we went to bed last night?
Yeah, it was real close to the same, which was still fairly warm. It was in the mid to low 50s, and it's supposed to be like 65 today.
Yesterday seemed colder, though, because it rained all day and there was kind of a wind blowing. It just seemed damp and chilly. But I guess you're right, it was about the same as it is today. Seems much warmer today because the sun's out or trying to come out. It's out, it's just not out here at the north side of the mountain. Yeah. It's behind the mountain there.
It'll be here about mid-April.
Yeah. Yeah.
1st of May, maybe. We'll get some of it. It's supposed to be 40 something day after tomorrow for a high and cold in the morning, so
Yeah.
that's the way it works.
Yeah. Still hoping for snow. Generally, though, and we did have one little skiff of snow already, but generally, if we get snow, it's January or February before we get a big snow.
Yep.
And that's usually our coldest weather, too, would be January, so just have to wait and see if I get to sled or not.
Yep.
I should have asked for a sled for Christmas. The ones I've got are so old, I may sled one time and they fall apart.
You don't need a sled. That's a that's a surefire trip to the ER.
No, I'd be careful.
Are you gonna sled off the hill here?
I am.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how big the snow it is. If it's not a really big snow, you can't sled because then the gravel, you get down in the gravel. If it just, if you're a southern kid like this where you don't get much snow, you know if it's not a very big snow, you need to stick with the grassy hills because then it's easier to go. To go down big driveways like ours, you need several inches, like maybe 6 or 8 inches before you can do that. And
Yeah.
we have slid down ours before, but it's been a long time
Yeah, I don't
since we got a snow that big.
recall that I ever did it.
No, you stood up here and watched and thought me and Corey and Katie would be dead before we got to the bottom, probably.
I sledded plenty when I was little. And
It's so fun, though.
there's one of us that realizes that it becomes a time when you need to stop that because you're a little bit beyond the age of doing that.
Well, I realize that, but I just don't think I've reached that age yet.
No, well, I have.
Yeah. So like many of you were getting ready for Christmas, I can't believe how fast it's coming this year, but everything comes fast. I don't even know where this year went, and I said that last year, I know. The older I get, the faster it goes. I'm just trying to hang on.
Yep.
I do want this warm weather to leave for Christmas, though, so it would be more seasonable cold.
Build fire.
Yeah, Matt let his fire go out yesterday with this warmer weather, and we'll wait till the cold comes back to start it back. Give you time to clean out the ashes and all that.
Yeah, we're gonna split some more wood too.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's gonna happen, but we need to.
We'll need to be doing my greening of Christmas today, but it's just too wet. I mean, Matt back there was in a mud pit. He couldn't hardly walk. And you could bring in the stuff and I could spread it out and let it dry, but that would just be an awful big pain.
Make a mess in the house too.
Yeah. So hopefully by next week I'll be able to do that.
Yep.
After Christmas is when I start thinking about the garden and what we're going to do next year. And being out in it today, you can see it because we have had so many cold nights, really cold nights, down in the teens even. Everything is just brown and shriveled, and other than those kind of few cold hardy things we have, the turnips, there's just a bright green down through all the brown, but you can really see everything's pushed back. Winter has pushed it back for sure. Matt's been thinking, though, he's got to get his barn built. That's his shed, not really a barn, built. That's his main goal.
Yeah. Gosh, I dread it too.
He made progress and then kind of got stopped with deer season and now with Christmas, but I guess pretty soon you'll be back on it.
Yeah, I can't. I can't think but of one thing at a time. Right now it's deer hunting. It's about over, but
Almost over.
I can't do that and think about hunting too. I just got a one-track mind apparently.
Oh, that's all right. It's all right. It's your time of the year that you enjoy the most.
Yeah, I should be hunting as we speak.
Yeah,
I should
instead
be.
of helping me plant blueberries.
Today, yesterday was that way too, but it was just wet and rainy, and I just don't want to get wet anymore. But yesterday and today is absolute perfect wind for where I'm hunting, and here I sit on the tailgate.
Well, you need to go. Hit the road. Hit the road, Jack.
Let me just get up right now and leave.
If you want to, sure. Yeah, that'd be a dramatic video.
It would be.
dramatic
I
ending.
could like pull my microphones off and say I'm out of here like they do.
Yeah. No, seriously. You need to go. Go on. Or go when we're done. We're about done, I guess.
I've got too much other stuff to do. I've got lots of cooking to do.
Yeah, this is the time of the year for cooking too at our house. I don't know though. Any time of the year is a time cooking at our house.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
takes up at least a fourth of every day.
No, not really.
Here lately it does.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, we hope you enjoyed coming along with us for this little video to get our blueberries planted, and I'm going to think of them as our Christmas blueberries. Of course, they were a Christmas present, so that makes sense, but planting them so close here to Christmas, and
We call them our Rudolph berries.
our Rudolph berries if
Yeah.
they grow. And of course, even if they grow, they probably won't have blueberries next year, but just be nice to, if they all live, thinking about the future. That's the great thing about things like the fruit trees and stuff like that, that you just plant once. And we don't have that great of luck with fruit trees because we don't have enough sunshine, but our blueberries usually do pretty good. And then we've got blackberries and they do good, and a few things like that.
Yep.
So those kind of things, you're looking way into the future for them, I guess, if you will. So someday be little boys picking those blueberries, I hope.
Yep, won't be long.
Yeah. We're always glad when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia. If you want to. What was you saying about the canoe? We could sit in it.
Sit in it and do our video. Or do a video sitting in it.
We could. Paddling in the south instead of driving in the south like Corn Caddy used to do.
Mm-hmm. We could literally take it down and put it in a creek and get in it.
I mean, we'd be on rocks.
I don't believe it'd go nowhere.
Yeah, just be sitting bottomed out, wouldn't it?
Yep. There's a squirrel barking. That cat must be stalking it.
Maybe. Clouds are moving pretty fast. Is that the cold air coming? Or the front moving or whatever?
Yeah, there's more rain supposed to come this afternoon.
It's strange. It feels so much like spring.
It feels just like April.
Yeah, it feels like April. Had enough?
Yeah.
You don't like hot chocolate as much as I do.
I love hot chocolate.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That shows how much you know about me. You think
Well,
you read me like a book, but then
You're
the page gets turned and then you don't know what's going on.
you're like living with a mystery.
I'm an enigma.
Yeah, wrapped in a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. You're always surprising. You always keep it fun, huh?
Keep you guessing
Yeah.
at all times.
Is that mistletoe?
I think so. And then right yonder's some, right there above the kitchen.
Can you shoot some out for me?
Maybe. That's pretty high. Well, it's all pretty high. But I can try.
Huh. Why don't you do that for my greening?
Okay.
Let's see. Or
We
we
get
could,
saw it down. You get it.
no. Or we could just say we have mistletoe surrounded by our house here. There's lots of kissing going on up here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not one, is it? Is that a
just dead-
squirrel's nest or
just
something in
dead
that one?
leaves.
Dead leaves.